Philadelphia Eagles have added 3 players during this year's NFL trade deadline, one of them being former Miami Dolphin edge rusher in Jaelan Phillips, another one being former Green Bay Packer and Baltimore Raven Jaire Alexander. We know him as being an all-pro type of corner. And also Michael Carter, another DB coming over from the New York Jets. Now, all 3 of these guys are players that can come in and help out right away. And that's what we're going to break down the video, how each one of these guys can affect this team. Now, before we really dive in, I do want to say, when you look at this Philadelphia Eagle team right now, their offense is solid, right? Putting up about 26 points a game. But defensively, they've just not been good enough, right? Ranking 19th in points allowed per game, 23rd in yards allowed per game, 21st in rushing yards allowed per game. But what really stands out to me is this number right here. 24th in the NFL in QB sack percentage. Last season, they were one of the best teams in football when it came to getting to the quarterback, applying pressure, and keeping quarterbacks kind of just not comfortable in the pocket. And why is that different now? Well, they lost a lot of talent. Milton Williams, Joshua, right? They lost guys because they won the Super Bowl. People overpaid to get those players on their team. Jaelan Phillips is a guy that is going to drastically improve this number. Just pressure percentage, I think, is going to go up. And we're going to break that down right now. Before we dive in, make sure you guys do me a big favor. Hit the like button if you want more Eagles videos and updates throughout the entirety of the season. And let me know who is your favorite pickup from this year's trade deadline, and let's just dive into some film. Now, what I love about Jaelan Phillips is his ability to manipulate tackles or guards in terms of being able to act like he's going to the outside and then quickly being able to change direction. You're going to see that on this play right here. As Jaelan Phillips starts, he's going to act like he's getting to the outside. He's even going to plant that foot into the ground. He's going to shift away from the left foot to the right foot of this offensive lineman. Once that happens, he gets to the inside, uses that strong arm to kind of just push this guy down, right? And then boom, from there, gets right by and gets a sack on Bryce Young. He is very elite when it comes to manipulating offensive linemen to get open looks at the quarterback in the backfield. And that's what I think is going to drastically help this team, especially if offenses are going to run 5-man scat protections where they slide to the left and keep man-to-man to the right. Now, because they have Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis, I guarantee you're going to see a lot of one-on-ones for Jaelan Phillips in these situations. He is going to dominate. Now, same thing here, right? Does a really good job establishing leverage to the outside leg of the right tackle, right? Offensive line or our defensive line is going to fight towards the inside. The reason we do this is because we want to keep this one-on-one matchup. Again, we just like this dude in one-on-ones, which is why I think he's going to fit perfectly in Philadelphia. But again, we plant that right foot into the outside foot into the ground. We force all that weight onto the back foot of that tackle, and then once again, swim to the inside, and then generate pressure, take down Dylan Gabriel in the backfield. This is just what he does at a very high level. And what I like about this team here is you look at this defense. Personally, I do think Jalix Hunt has really started to break out here for them over the last few weeks. You have Morrow, who I don't mind. Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, these guys are nasty, right? But now adding Jaelan Phillips, I believe, with Hunt, Phillips, Carter, and Davis, this defensive front is going to be absolutely terrifying for opposing NFL offenses. We're going to talk a little bit about Jaire Alexander here in just a second. Before we do so, do me a big favor. Like I said before, hit the like button if you haven't already done so. But most importantly, make sure you guys are subscribed. It is free. It doesn't cost anything. And we will be breaking down the Green Bay Packers, the Philadelphia Eagles all year long. Offense, defense, individual player breakdowns, whatever you guys want to see, we got you guys covered. So make sure you join the family if you haven't already done so yet. Let me know who you want me to break down next, and let's continue to dive into the video. Now, you then talk about a guy like Jaire Alexander, who is interesting. Now, I do want to say we all know him as that former all-pro type of elite DB. I don't have those same expectations for him right now. He is a little bit older. He didn't really play too much in Baltimore, so definitely limit your expectations, but know at the end of the day, there is potential that you get an all-pro type of cornerback. There just is, right? He's You got really good instincts, great ball skills. If they get that version of Jaire Alexander, this is going to be one of the biggest steals of the trade deadline by far. But again, don't expect that, okay? I need you guys to limit expectations, but adding a DB to this roster was definitely needed, right? With the Dory Jackson being out sometime, you have Quignon, you have Cooper DeJean. From there, you have Keely Ringo, who I don't mind, Mac McWilliams. The depth just wasn't amazing. You added Michael Carter. We'll talk about him a little bit as well, just more potential to the room. But again, Jaire Alexander, guy, bottom of your screen here, good in ball skill or great ball skills, good instincts, and he's someone that really works well if the defensive line can get to the quarterback, which we already talked about, right? When you have guys like Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter and Jaelan Phillips, right? I do think he is going to be able to create more turnovers because you can see it here, right? Jalen Hurts gets pressure up that right side. You see it come right away. He forces a bad throw, and Jaire is about this close to getting interception. If the defensive line can generate pressure, I think it will make a guy like Jaire Alexander an all-pro type of cornerback again. But when DB or quarterbacks have a lot of time to throw the ball, he's not great at keeping coverage down the field for a long periods of time. And that's just true. We've seen that in Baltimore this year as well. So, yes, I think there's a ton of potential there if they can get to the quarterback and create Jaire to only have to cover for a short period of time. So you can see how it could be good or bad. Monday Night Football is going to be amazing tonight, and I had a couple of picks for you guys, so we could potentially over 1,000x our money. With the Sleeper app, I've been having so much fun using it, and guys, really quickly, if you use my promo code DUBS, they're going to give you a 100% match deposit with your first deposit, which means if you put in 100, they're going to give you 100 in bonus funds. I mean, just take that alone and use it, right? It's amazing. But let's go through some of my picks. I'm going to start off with Bijan. I like Bijan today to just get a lot of passes. I think Buffalo's going to go up early. So let's look at his line of 115.5 rushing and receiving yards, and I'm going to go more than just 100. I think he's going to catch the football a ton in this football game. I also like Josh Allen rushing, but I'm going to keep it at 25.5, go more than 25. I think that's fair. The Chicago Bears run defense is not very good at all. We're going to go to rushing yards, and I'm going to put it at 50, more than 50 rushing yards. I think that's another one that's pretty fair. One more. I want to go Kyle Pitts. Darnell Mooney, I believe, is out today. I could be wrong, but 25 receiving yards more than I feel like is pretty fair. So Bijan, rush receiving, Josh Allen rushing, Jacory 50, Kyle Pitts 25 plus. I feel like that's fair. If you put 20, you can win 50. Obviously, you can put a lot more. I like playing really safe. But if you really want to go for the moon, you guys can. Let me know in the comments down below. And again, use promo code DUBS. Get that free match deposit. You'll get up to $100 on your first deposit. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Currently operational in about 25 different states. So make sure you guys check out Sleeper today. And again, code DUBS. Another good rep here. You're going to see Jalen Hurts kind of get outside the pocket. Jaire Alexander's towards the bottom of our screen here. As he follows 83, he's going to peek back at the quarterback. Now, as the quarterback is scrambling outside the pocket, he's going to see him point down the field. When he sees him point, he understands that his linebackers are going to have to bite up on the scrambling of Jalen Hurts, right? They have to. If not, he's going to be able to take this for a massive gain on third down for probably a first down. So he turns up the field, immediately looks back, sees the ball's coming out in a split second, goes and jumps this thing for the interception. So, listen, this is just 2024. Okay, it wasn't like it was 6 years ago. There is a possibility that Jaire Alexander comes over here and fits really well with the good D-line and good surrounding cast around him, right? They didn't give up much to get him either, right? Basically a bag of chips. So, the potential is huge. We'll see if he can kind of take that back to the next level here with Philadelphia. But overall, I love just his ability to be good with this team. And they added Michael Carter as well. So again, you don't need him to be great, but you definitely need the depth. Now, Michael Carter is a little bit different from Jaire Alexander in the sense that he's more of a nickel than anything. We're going to see him manned up here with Calvin Austin as he kind of follows him across the formation with the pre-snap motion. We know this is man coverage, and ultimately they're going to be trying to run this quick little stop route. Now, I will say, looks like there could have been a penalty here. Ultimately gets his hands back very quickly. I think does a solid job. Ball is out, and he almost gets a diving interception on this play. And Calvin Austin doesn't really fight for a flag, a penalty there. There was a little bit of contact towards the top of the route right there, but I think he does a really good job pulling his hands away. Like, he knows, like, oh shit, wait, I can't be doing that. Gets his hands back pretty much immediately, so I think he does a good job not holding here. And it was more of a bad ball here by Aaron Rodgers. He almost comes away with a nice interception. So, ultimately, he is a different player. He's only 26 years old, so he's not the oldest guy in the world. He's still young. I think he fits what this defense is trying to do, adds much needed depth to the nickel position behind Cooper DeJean. And with the Dory Jackson out, you just needed more guys. You needed more bodies that could play the game. So I do like Michael Carter. I think he's not going to be asked to be a day one starter, which is good. I think I love the addition of Jaire Alexander because of the overall potential. Will he hit the potential? I don't know, but the overall prize here is Jaelan Phillips. I think he is going to be a monster for this team, and I think he's going to help the lives of Quinyon and Cooper DeJean a ton in coverage. So let me know what you guys think overall. Hit the like button, subscribe, join the family, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.